Good evening and welcome to Central York High School, right in the center of District 3 here in York, Pennsylvania, for a rare interleague matchup tonight between the Mid-Penn and the YAIAA for some pride on the line. This is High School Sports Live TV's Game of the Week here on Fox 43.2. It's Hershey, the Trojans out of the Keystone Division in the Mid-Penn tonight, 6-3, going up against the Central Panthers, first place in Division 1 here of the YAIAA with a record of 8-4. And this telecast brought to you in partnership with Fox 43. Tonight's live broadcast is made possible by our premier sponsor, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, F&M Trust Bank, along with Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. I'm Gary Sutton, and a good evening to you alongside of Kirk Smallwood and Jeff Thompson. We are ready to bring you a good one here tonight at the Central Panthers Gymnasium. And, Guy, we love this kind of matchup because what happens here is we got two little bit of a pride conversations going on out of Harrisburg and York, and that's been going on for a long, long time. Harrisburg may be having the better of that over the years, but when you talk about this Hershey team tonight, they come in here 6-3, a young team, and yet a very tough team so far. And when you start with them, you start with a guy who's been with them for 4 years, Marcus Sweeney, Coach.
Marcus Sweeney is a multi-talented athlete. He's a very, very good football player. He's getting some looks from football. He's their leading assist guy and their best defender, and he's looking forward to having a good game tonight.
You talk about the scores, though. Matt DiDonatis is a kid who's come in here tonight. He's averaged over 15 points a game and getting it done.
DiDonatis told me he just wants to win. They want to win the league. They want to win districts. This is his second year starting. He has 24 threes. He has to improve his playmaking, but he loves to shoot the ball.
And Coach Blackbird told us before the game tonight, this is the quietest team he's ever had, but they've gotten a little louder in practice the last couple of weeks, and they're starting to push each other a little bit more. On the other side, we saw this Central York team early in the year against York High. They were down 21-8, came roaring back. It was the first game without Ethan Dotson, who's been out 6 to 8 weeks, but they've supplied their team now with two freshmen who are starting, Jeff. This team is to be reckoned with tonight, and one of the reasons why Greg Gittinger has been hot.
Well, he's the junior on the team, number 4, Greg Gittinger. He was picked preseason as the player to watch in York County. He's very smooth. He's very unselfish. He can shoot the three, but he looks to get his teammates involved, and that's what I like about him best. And his two teammates that have been doing a lot of scoring are both named Ben. One is Big Ben Rill, and he's a sophomore, number 13, and he really gets after it on the glass. The other is a sophomore, Ben Natali. And he had a great game in our last TV game. He really did a nice job going to the basket. One of the freshmen, R.B. Brown, I thought he came in and played wonderfully in that game at the point guard spot.
And there's another freshman, too, named Brooklyn Nace, who the coach is very, very excited about, Coach Jeff Hoke, who also is a former player up in the Mid-Penn, up there with Trinity, and, of course, Paul Blackburn, a guy who played on the first two Carlisle State Championship teams. So two coaches who can play, but they can also coach. Hey, we're going to have it all for you coming up next to the High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week, and it's all coming up on Fox 43.2.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
And welcome back to Central Schools. We're getting ready to get this one up. And Central tonight, Hershey at 6-3, Central at 8-4. Central out of Division 1 of the York Area League, and on the other side, out of the Mid-Penn League in the Keystone Division, Hershey at 6-3, 3-2 on the Keystone, while Central is 5-0. And the starters tonight for Hershey are F&M Trust starters. Marcus Sweeney, you heard Kirk talk about him in the pregame. Matthew DiDonatis averages 15 points a game. Keep an eye on him tonight. Joey Olander, Logan Richards, and Eamon Callahan are your other starters. On the other side for Central, they start a very young team, not a senior in the lineup anywhere, and we're talking about R.B. Brown, Brooklyn Nace, Ben Natal, who we saw just own a second half against York High, and the guy that really leads from Greg Gittinger is number 4. Keep an eye on him tonight, and Ben Real inside number 13, and we're about to get this one underway here. Your officials for this evening, Paul Dormer, John Lennox, and Shane Gemmel, as we're ready to tip it off here on Fox 43.2. Paul Dormer will toss it up. Hershey in the blue and orange. On the other side, Central in white with orange numbers and black trim. And the Panthers knock it out of bounds. So Hershey will own the basketball here to start out. And the Panthers coming out here with a young lineup here tonight, Kirk Smallwood.
Yes, and looks like they're in a 1-3-1 half court. Here's the trap up top. Ball's being reversed. Goes to the corner. Skip pass.
Good look out of that 1-3-1. A good shot. Not going to go. Yanked down by Rill of Central.
Rill's a very, very good rebounder for Central York.
Here's Gittinger coming off a 29 and 30 point per game performance the last 2 games. They scored 180 points. And there you see Sweeney going hard to the basket. He'll do that all night long and put pressure on you. Sweeney going up for 2, and he'll get fouled. And the foul's going to get called on Ben Natal. That'll be his team first.
Marcus Sweeney is the guy who makes these Trojans go. Very, very active on defense. Gets his hand on a lot of balls. And he really controls the tempo for his team.
Marcus Sweeney makes the first one to get a number 1, number 2. And the second one is up, and he knocks that down as well. So Sweeney with the opening 2 points here for the Trojans, and they are up 2-0.
Hershey's very active on defense.
You have 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and 1 junior starting tonight. Ethan Dotson, and there you have a second straight turnover coming down the floor. Ethan Dotson was a starting point guard for the season, but he broke his hand in like the 3rd game of the season. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. They think he'll be back in late January, but in his place, R.B. Brown and Brooklyn Nace have been stepping into play.
Absolutely. One of the things that Hershey's doing well early is they're making Central kind of figure out what they're doing defensively.
We got a scouting report that Hershey did not do terribly well against a 1-3-1. Of course, here's Central in a 1-3-1, but up and in here on a second effort, and a timeout called by Coach Hoke. Will take one as well. Early timeout here, 6:40 to go in the first quarter, 4-0. Hershey leads it on High School Sports Live TV's Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
Hey, Advanced Hoops is offering a special middle school boys winter league. It's not too late to sign up. To find out more, go to www.advancedhoops.com. Central with the basketball out of the timeout. And let's see what Coach Hoke wanted to talk about here, because I don't think he liked the spirit coming out of the gate, did he?
Absolutely.
Got to play hard. Gittinger getting double-teamed along the baseline. Natal gets a tip. Good defense here by Hershey, and rebound by Sweeney.
And Sweeney will be directing the attack for the entire game.
There's your look from the corner, and that's the guy whose hands you wanted in. Mr. D. Donatus buries the first 3 of the game, and Hershey up 7-0 here in the first quarter as Rill gets up there. He's fouled from behind.
Coach D. Donatus said in the interview pre-game that he loves to shoot the ball. He appreciates his teammates getting them the ball and scoring position. Most of the time open, he'll have his feet down, hands up, ready to let it fly.
Callahan with the first foul of the game for Hershey as Rill is up and good. We really liked this guy's stroke last game, didn't we, Coach? I mean, he's got a smooth stroke for a big guy.
Yeah, nice left-hand stroke.
6'8", Ben Rill. Second stroke up, and that one off the iron. Went to Westtown Prep last year and didn't work out all that well, I guess. So he came back here to Central and has really been a nice cog to the Central's wheel here so far in the YAIA league. We're in Division I. They are 5-0, leading the division.
And they're very good and getting better. But, Coach, as you and I talked about off camera, I've never had to start a freshman point guard.
Right.
I mean, I've just never had to do it. But
we know of a couple around that weren't too bad over the years, but they are few and far between.
Absolutely. R.B. Brown is going to have his hands full, but I think he's up for the task.
D. Donatus off the back of the iron, and right now Hershey's doing a good job in the offensive glass as D. Donatus lets it go again off the back of the iron. This one yanked down by R.B. Brown.
R.B. directing the
attack.
offensive attack.
Here comes Gittinger off a nice weak. Gittinger up and in. Nice job.
What a nice player. Does a lot of good things for his team.
He'll handle the ball against you. He can handle, bring it up court, but he also, as you saw there, can move without the basketball, and that's a real commodity.
One of the things you'll see him do throughout the game is Coach Hoke could just sit him on the block and let him beg for it. And he does a lot of work close to the basket.
Pass thrown away there by Joey Alander. So a turnover for Hershey. Central down 7-3 right now, and they bring the basketball up. Hershey in man-to-man here. Central in a 1-3-1. You know Paul Blackburn. Paul Blackburn likes man-to-man a lot, doesn't he, Coach?
Yes, he does. Looks like they were trying to get that high-low attack going.
Oh, another takeaway by Sweeney. You got to watch him. And Sweeney up, and Sweeney looking the man off a little too much and looked away at the last second, and now he got numbers coming back, but you can't handle the ball here. Natal losing it, and Natal finally gets it back. And a little one-hander, not going to go. Rebound, Gittinger, and Gittinger up and in as he picked up the trash off the floor and put it away. Gittinger with 4 points and a chance to make it 5 here, so head to the line.
It looks like that's going to be a part of their attack where he gets the ball close to the basket. He can finish. He can pass out of double teams. There's a lot of things he can do to hurt you when he gets the ball in the post.
First foul on Joey Alander as Gittinger steps to the line. Gittinger on the season an 85% free throw shooter. Is there anything this guy doesn't do very well?
Well, they don't let him sell tickets.
I didn't see him out there when we came in. So he gets one shot here, a chance for a three-point play. Pull his team to within one. This one off the iron. I must have jinxed it with the announcer's jinx, right?
Yeah. Hershey on the attack.
Well, you watch Sweeney play. He just oozes enthusiasm and confidence.
Yes, he plays very, very hard for his team.
You'll see Paul Blackburn's team run a lot of motion. They got Central back into a man-to-man here. Turnaround. Not going to go from D. Donatis. Back comes Natal. You know, one thing Hershey does, and has always done really well with Coach Blackburn, is they do a wonderful job of help defense, although that time Gittinger finding a way to get to the middle of the floor, you couldn't get any help, and Barrington, he has 6 points.
That was 2 dribbles right to the rack to that floater, showing you his versatility.
So 7 unanswered here. It was 7 to start, now 7 unanswered. Shot at the foul line for Hershey, not going to go. Gittinger with a rebound. R.B. Brown getting double-teamed that backcourt. Inside it comes to Rill. Rill up and in, and Rill just a nice job of getting good position.
Very, very nice play by the Central York Panthers.
I think they really have a mismatch. They've been feeding him off, and now they come back in the 1-3-1 here off the make.
Number 24, Matt Parker, to an excellent pass.
What a pass underneath from Sweeney. Man gets caught inside. D. Donatis squaring up, not going to go. He's not going to shoot it, that is. And a nice block, but a foul called. I think it's going to be against R.B. Brown. And if so, that'll be Brown's first. Second team foul is heading to the line for his first time tonight. Eamon Callahan, he is an 85% free throw shooter as well.
R.B. Brown came from the weak side. He's got to hold his position and not reach.
How about Callahan with that nice stroke? 6'4", Eamon Callahan. Checking into the game is going to be number 20, Jake Moyer. D. Donatis steps out for a moment as well. So second shot is going to be up. And that one off the iron as well. So Callahan 1 out of 2. 9-8. Central leads it. Man-to-man here by Hershey is really good.
Yes, it is. It's putting a lot of pressure on the freshman point guard.
And Rill again doing a good job of getting it up there. Keep it alive as Central. Rill again, and Rill finally puts it away. So Rill never say never and puts it in.
They've got to come up with some method of keeping Rill off the backboard.
Rill with 5 points in the game. And between he and Geidinger, they've got all the points so far, 11.
That 1-3-1 is kind of taking Hershey out of what they do.
They're swarming pretty well. That would help to make it go away if you can make a few of those.
Nice rebound by Sweeney.
Here's a look. Rattles out again, and Hershey has bought into shooting threes right now against the 1-3-1, although this guy hasn't. Mr. Sweeney continues to fire away. He's got 4 points in the game, and he never says stop.
He's their leading rebounder. He's their leading assist guy.
His dad, a York guy, played for York High. Emnico Sweeney, a lot of people remember him over the years.
And also Kutztown University.
That was a tough shot right there from the freshman R.B. Brown, and Hershey comes away with it, and Sweeney has it.
Sweeney has a lot of responsibility on the floor for the Trojans.
Said an outstanding receiver also in football for Hershey this year.
Hershey's getting the ball moving a little better.
Central off the miss comes back and plays man-to-man, and off the make they come back and play that 1-3-1. Got to get some other scores out there, though, to go with Sweeney and also DeDonatis. They run a lot of motion, so their games tend to be a little bit less slower scoring than Central. And now here you see, here's that weak side motion you'll see all the time, almost like a wheel.
Nice screen up top.
Rill doing a nice job. Rill with that long arm span makes it tough for Sweeney to get by.
Yes, he does.
Sweeney probably quicker, but Rill is just able to kind of get in front of him.
Nice dribble drive.
Great drive to the basket that time for Cameron Sweeney into the game. Cameron Sweeney with his first bucket tonight.
And Cameron Sweeney's a 5'11" freshman.
And he's got a little size differential here against the freshman, but the freshman R.B. Brown takes him to school that time and banks it nicely. Brown with a nice little touch.
Freshman on freshman. Good play.
42 seconds to go here in a very quick-paced first quarter.
Central back into the 1-3-1.
We'll have a timeout with Jeff Thompson coming out here before we go to the break. Again, back in that 1-3-1, so they do every time off a make and off a miss, they're playing man-to-man. What they're not doing is they're not really attacking the seams for anything inside.
Nice pass.
Good pass and a miss inside, but great pass again by Sweeney. Going to get a charge call here, I think. That's exactly it.
Again, Sweeney on the defensive end of the floor.
Sweeney just does so many things out there, and the foul goes up against Central. And that will be against Matthew Parker in there. His first foul will be the team third against the Panthers. So 14.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter. See if Hershey gets, I'm not sure they know exactly how much time's left here. Paul Blackburn calling for a play.
Central York with 5 turnovers.
Central back in man-to-man here. Little baseline pick. Nice shot off the baseline by Sweeney. That's Cameron Sweeney. He's got 4 points, and that's the end of the first quarter, and Hershey takes the lead. 14-13 at the end of one quarter. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for our first timeout of the night. A timeout with Coach Jeff Thompson. Let's go to Jeff right now.
Although this is an inter-district matchup between Mid-Penn and York County teams, two coaches for tonight's game, Paul Blackburn and Jeff Hoke, have a great deal in common. They both played in the Mid-Penn League for illustrious coaches while in high school in the 80s. Paul Blackburn for Dave Lebo, Jeff Hoke for Larry Kostelak Jr. They both played basketball in Pennsylvania collegiately. Blackburn for Slippery Rock, Hoke for Moravian. Coach Blackburn did coaching in Hershey High School for the past 13 years. His tenure in the Keystone Division is only passed by Pete Conrad of Palmyra. But like Coach Hoke, he has a great experience elsewhere. And outside of Mike Gaffey at Mechanicsburg, they're the only two coaches in the mid-state area that have served as head coaches in 4 different counties. Adams, Cumberland, Lebanon, and Dauphin for Blackburn. Cumberland, Lebanon, Dauphin, and York for Hoke.
There you have it. And you talk about Jeff Hoke, 6 years at Bishop McDevitt, 92 and 60 there, and the last 3 here at Central, 31 and 22 on the other side for Paul Blackburn. How about 173 and 98 in 13 seasons at Hershey, but 361 and 235 in 25 years of coaching. Some pretty gaudy numbers there, Coach.
From 2, Central York is 6-4-11, and Hershey is 4-4-11. 3-pointers, Hershey is 1 for 7, and Central York is 0 for 1.
Here's the handoff to Geidinger at the top of the key. Not going to go as far as a shot. And a nice pass along the baseline. And Parker inside there for, make that Saxon Suchanek, by the way, just in the game, the defensive stopper. He gets his first deuce of the night. Saxon Suchanek, an outstanding football player as well.
He's going to be a factor in this ball game. I really love the defense he played against William Penn York.
Here's a new guy that just made his presence in the game known, Isaiah Danner, and they got him inside. Isaiah Danner, 6'7", right away they feed him, and he gets an easy layup. So back up on top goes Hershey here, 16-15. Gittinger trying to get by. He's going to be called for a walk here.
Gittinger tried a little too hard on that play. Had some guys open on the perimeter. But that's what he does for his team. He's very, very athletic. He's very, very aggressive. And he's going to need to be that throughout this ball game.
Coach, would you say right now the game's being played pretty much at Hershey's pace?
Yes.
I think they're really comfortable with this style. It's more of a half-court game. There's not a lot going on otherwise. Isaiah Daniel with it, just into the game now. He's only a junior, 6'7". There's a long three and not going to go. And all the way ahead. This is the kind of thing Central wants to get into. A little bit more giddy up. Nice block away by Sweeney again. Kick inside. Got to kick it back out now. Strong move to basket. You're going to get a foul called here. I think it's going to be on Cameron Sweeney, that is. And Cameron Sweeney picks up his first foul.
It was a good thought. You just got to get to the help line maybe a step quicker.
6 lead changes so far in the early part of this game. One tie, a 7-0 run to start the game by Hershey, then a 9-0 run by Central to answer back. So it's been an interesting game of runs here, Coach.
And Central York has 5 turnovers, and Hershey has 2.
So Matthew Parker in there misses. Hey, Jeff Hoke plays all his guys, doesn't he?
If you suit up, he'll throw you in there. He's not checking your age or your grade either.
On his team, he checks it. He's not going to see
because they have no seniors. With Ethan Dotson out right now, the rest of the team is all underclassmen. So 1 out of 2 there for Matthew Parker, and 16-16, another tie. That's the second tie of the game.
Central's reverting to their man-to-man.
Little down screen set there, and then looking inside. Everything goes through Sweeney here pretty much. There's got again in there with a little half hook back out to Sweeney. It goes on the tip.
And Suchanik is the guy who draws that assignment. Sweeney's their guy. Suchanik is their defensive guy from Central.
Well, I like how they're going to the big guy, Danner.
He looks like he needs a little work on a couple of his moves, but he's making them.
Nice pass.
How about that, running the court? Get your big guy to run the court like that, and you're going to get a lot of easy buckets inside as Rill beats his man down. And Rill now with 7 points in the game.
Nice pass by Nace.
Brooklyn Nace, only a freshman. We didn't get a chance to see much of him when they played York High a few weeks ago, but I'll tell you what, he's got some skills.
Yes, he does. Nice closeout.
Here's Hershey. A lot of screening on the ball and off the ball here. They'll run you to death in that half-court game. They're looking for Danner again. Stolen away. Here's Parker. Strong move to the basket, and Parker's not going to get it. But how about that follow-up by that young man we talk about so often, Ben Natal, with his first bucket of the night on the stick-back.
Ben Natal's a very, very good player. He does a lot of team stuff, Coach.
Central wants to create new possessions on you and then make you pay on the other end with them. And they've done it the last 2 times down. Sweeney, another throwaway here. That's 3 straight turnovers. Here comes Parker again, going hard to the basket. Parker going to throw it away from him, but there's Natal with it. Natal got away with a double dribble right there. Outside it goes. Long 3. How about that? A new guy into the game for Central, and that is Brooklyn Nace. And, yeah, he makes him pay with a 3. 23-16. Central on a 7-0 run. We'll take a timeout. It's 4:54 to go here in the second quarter. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
There's Jeff Hoke in his huddle. 31-22 in 3 years here at Central as he's building the team. You can see always a smile on his face. He did that when he was a point guard, when he was a shooting guard over at Trinity under Larry Kostelak. And when he coached 6 years at Bishop McDevitt, where he's 92-60. Hey, you can go to hsslivetv.com for our full schedule and also to watch games again, like this one. Hershey with the basketball here. A little down screen again for DeDonatis. Inside the Danner. Danner passes it back out. They get a good 3 look off the perimeter. And how about that? Nice job by the big guy being a passer and buried by Logan Richards, who's got 5 points.
Way to pass out of the double team. That was a nice play and a nice shot.
What's that old rule, Coach? 1-on-1 you score, 1-on-2 you pass, right?
That's right.
Look at this drive to the basket. Nice job again. The young man, Ben Natal. Just a little head and shoulder fake and a hard left hand.
Coach, they have 2 freshmen, and then they have the sophomore.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Running your guard spots. Good defense there by Rill. Another put up, though, again, as a guy who's making himself known here in the second quarter, is Logan Richards. He's now got 7 points in the game.
Logan has nice size, and that was a nice finish.
Good tip away that time. Picked up by Olander. Olander will bring it across. Inside it goes again. I love how the big guy passes. He knows where he's at.
Those perimeter guys for Hershey have got to be shot ready, Coach.
Exactly. Yeah, get those feet ready. And out comes Nace with it. Nace ahead. Good passing down court. And then the put away at the end, again by Rill. And Rill continues to score at will. So far, he's got 9 points here in the first half.
Sophomore forward.
Don't forget a halftime, our Jack Giambalvo halftime report coming up. We'll also have an interview with John Giambalvo. There's long look from the quarter by DeDonatis back into the game, and the ball belongs to the Panthers.
That was a nice rest for Greg Gittinger. He sat out probably about 3 minutes.
So far, Hershey only 2 of 10 from the three-point line. I always wanted to be somewhere around 40% at the three.
Yes.
Got 40% or 37-38, you're in the ball. 33% was kind of my bare minimum. There's Rill again, and they're getting Rill a lot. Pick and roll.
A center pick and roll, Coach. Very, very hard to defend.
Got no help side on that. I tell you, Rill plays within himself very, very well. Doesn't try to overdo it. Backdoor to DeDonatis. DeDonatis pulls up off the iron. And there's Gittinger again. And what's happening, Central's getting shots right there at the front of the glass. You're getting tougher shots there by Hershey so far. Little 10-foot pull-ups. They're getting contested. Outside threes, they're not going in.
Yeah, Hershey has got to get in the paint and try to create for one another.
Here's a 30-second timeout right now. Paul Blackburn calls it. We'll keep it right here. Let's talk, Coach, so much about, we talked the other night in a couple other games where getting points out of your offense as opposed to getting points out of your athleticism. Hershey right now is trying to get it out of their athleticism instead of getting the ball more inside. Maybe just a little impatient. Central's getting it out of the plays that they have developed here in the half-court game.
Absolutely. And again, one of the things that Hershey's got to do a better job of, when they give the ball to the big kid, they've got to be ready. They've got to have their feet ready. They've got to have their hands up. They've got to be ready to shoot the ball or to attack the rim. And I'm sure that's one of the things that Coach is talking about now.
And what you're seeing Coach Hoke do right now is he's talking about that pick and roll and a little flash in the middle right there, as you can see him diagramming it up on the board. But they've obviously chosen Rill tonight as kind of the focus on their offense because they really think they have a mismatch there. And so far, it's come to pass.
Absolutely. And he's so multi-dimensional. Rebounds well, runs the floor well.
The other thing you saw right there was something you mentioned a moment ago, Coach. I think it's really important. Coach Hoke was showing you on the diagram that he's attacking the middle of the floor. He's not coming from right or left side where you can get help, but he's attacking the middle where you have very little help.
Yes, yes.
So we'll see what Coach Blackburn comes out with here. And Coach Hoke on the other end is all done drawing the diagrams, and we'll see who has the better idea coming out of the huddle. 2:31 to go here in the first half. Central leads at 29-21, and Central with the basketball. Here you have kind of a double high post for a moment. What they're doing is they're going to have Gittinger. There's that flash, the pick for Rill. Now everybody kind of stands, though, and now finally Tao comes down the lane. How did he possibly get a shot off? But he was a little bit short. And then up and in again. It's Brooklyn Nace, who's got 5 points in the first half. I like this freshman.
Yes, he's playing a heck of a game, Coach.
You're going to get some kind of call here. It's probably going to be a block. So a drive to the basket. Olander saw the move, and the block is going to be against Central. It'll be marked up on, waiting here to see who gets that foul. So Olander at the line. It's up and in for Joey Olander, his first points of the night. He shoots it at 75% for the free throw line.
Nice, solid senior. Nice stroke.
Second one is up, and that also good from Joey Olander, so he gets his team back to within 8 now. They're in the danger zone here at the moment.
Hershey's back into their man-to-man. R.B. Brown running the show.
R.B. Brown likes that little one-hand runner, and why not when you make it like that?
Nice runner.
Another freshman with 4 points. So far, the two freshmen have accounted for 9 points here in the first half.
That's what you want in a game of this caliber, Coach. Those guys they've got to show up.
Love these intersectional games. Coach, you were up there in the Mid-Penn for a long time. Do teams feel like they're representing the banner of the Mid-Penn when they head out, no matter what division they're in?
Absolutely. You always want to play for your conference.
Here's Hershey doing a little bit more screening on the ball here, looking inside. Problem is they're not getting a lot down the lane against Central.
No. Central's doing a good job helping in the middle, too. So when you get those, Hershey gets those drives, they're looking at 3 people.
They need those to go down. Nice rebound there by getting a great position. Back comes Central, 1:05 to go here in the first half. Jack Giambalvo halftime report coming up at halftime. There's that runner again. That one's not going to go, and D. Donatus grabs the rebound.
I'm not sure if that's the shot that Coach wanted.
Little Euro step there by D. Donatus, getting her all the way ahead. There's Rill running the court, and Rill puts it away, and Rill has been the star of the first half.
What a sophomore. What a sophomore. Great job.
13 points. Rill had 35 points earlier in the season against Eastern. He's had his nights. They were looking for a backdoor there to Sweeney. Sweeney didn't go, though. And you're going to get a timeout call by Jeff Hoke. We'll just stay right here. 26 seconds to go here in the first half. It looked like Jeff Hoke thought he was getting jammed there for a moment.
Yes.
So 26 seconds to go here. I'm going to put Coach Kirk Smallwood in the huddle. What are you calling here at this particular point if you're on the offense, and what do you call if you're on the defense?
Well, if I'm on the offense, I want the last shot. If I'm on defense, I want to make sure that all my guys are in the stance. They know where they belong. They know their rotations. And when the ball goes up, we gang rebound and go get it.
Jeff Hoke feels like they're going to get some pressure right here. You can see he sets a screen down and then coming high. Well, he's got two players looking at the corner, so it looks like he's got that little high-low action again. If he doesn't get that, he's got 2 players spotting up in the corner for threes. So we'll see how that all works out. Sometimes those plays where you work them out in the huddle don't look the same when they get back on the floor, Coach, right?
Absolutely. Look at your repertoire and say, we can do this, this, and this. Not everything works
and
all
usually,
the time.
Here he comes. He's going to have a down screen here. He's going to get a guy running. Watch what he's done. Going to get a little bit of down screen, then coming back to Gittinger and throwing it out. You saw a little hold there. Natal's got it.
Got to keep Natal in front of you.
You got to trap in the backcourt. Throwing it all the way ahead. There's your spot-up guy, Nace. Back it out is. There's the other guy spotting up. Do you get the 3? Yes, you do.
Very nice play by Central.
Beautiful set, just the way he wanted it to happen, I guess. It was about the third. 8 seconds to go. Hershey needs to get some points going in the locker room. There's D. Donatus. That's the guy who wants to shoot. And D. Donatus answers with a 3 on his side.
D. Donatus doing what he does.
D. Donatus with 6 points, all via the 3. It is 38-26 here at the half. And it's time now for a special halftime interview with John Giambalvo of the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. And then we go to the Jack Giambalvo halftime report. Hi, I'm Gary Sutton. I'm the host of High School Sports Live TV, the game of the week, every week on Fox 43.2. And you know, we're out here today, though, at Hoffman Ford, and I'm reminded a little bit of this truck right here. Might have been the one that Ryan Hoffman used to drive around, and he doesn't anymore, by the way, here at Hoffman.
I'm excited to be here with Tom Couch, the Vice President for the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. Tom, you and your staff have served this community in so many ways over the years. High School Sports Live thanks you for being a part of what we do, but you served the York area community a lot longer than just us. Talk about how excited you guys are to keep this tradition going.
You know, Jack Giambalvo started the business in the early 70s, and you know, he was born and raised in York, and this is where he wanted to start his company and grow it, and he's done a fabulous job with it. And you know, we have 10 different franchises in 4 locations, so we've grown to a point where Jack has always wanted to make sure, and his son John, to give back to the community. And so we look at High School Sports Live as an opportunity to give back and also have an awareness to our company with the young kids today.
The new Mazda dealership is, man, this is state of the art. Not only are you selling cars out of here, but you're giving people in the community job opportunities. Talk about the uniqueness of the job opportunities. It's the VOTech kid at high school, it's the college graduate. Talk about those opportunities.
You know, in the world we live in today, it's tough being a young person today, and we realize that. And so some of the involvement areas that we focus on is, for example, the trade schools. And with the younger kids with VOTech, they have an opportunity to learn a trade. So, for example, in our service department, being a technician, the days of just be replacing spark plugs, filters, no, now it's very technologically advanced with computer skills. So we're involved with the kids from the VOTech side with learning a trade of being a technician, and then also from the business side, if young people love cars and they've always been around cars and they just can see themselves, you know, having a career, being a salesperson can be very lucrative, and also you get to meet a lot of great people because everybody buys a car.
Now, you guys have also been creatively having to put people in cars. It's not just the new car, it's the used car, it's the max dollars on trade-ins. Talk about that, Tom. What does that look like right now for people in general?
Yeah, the supply chain issue we have in our world today affects us also, but what we try to do to be transparent with the customer is every car that we have committed from the factory to build, we have that on our website so people can come see what we have coming in. So we may not have 200 cars on ground right now, but there's availability for people to match their needs from new and used cars.
That's awesome.
Where were you last night? Do you know how embarrassing that was for me? No. Don't deflect. Well, that wasn't passive aggressive. Listen, I just need to know that I can trust you're gonna be there when I need you. Hello? Our money just hung up on me.
Not cool.
Track your spending with our personal finance tool. Just another way to have better conversations with your money. From F&M Trust.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customer. Students, begin your professional journey in a high-demand field with Groff Tractor. Contact us today to discover the power of our technician internship programs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
We wake up with the sun. We live in a place we're proud to call home. For us, it's knowing that those we help are neighbors, friends, family. As the leader in providing the best orthopedic care for our community, we come together to do our part.
And welcome back to Central High School at our Jack Giambalvo Family of Dealerships halftime report. Gary Sutton, Kirk Smallwood, Jeff Thompson with you. It's 38-26 here at the half. Central leads it. And Kirk Smallwood, the first half, I thought Hershey controlled the tempo pretty well out of the gate. They were doing a lot of passing. Problem was they weren't getting the inside touches they really needed to get to the front of the iron.
Yeah, I thought they could have did a better job, as you said, Coach, getting it inside. More importantly, they weren't shooting the ball well. I thought they got some very, very good open looks, and guys just didn't knock it down. Hopefully in the second half that'll improve.
Jeff, Central scored 180 points in their last 2 games. So our team that's used to running a little bit, getting it out. They created some nice possessions there in that one stretch. They ran 9 in a row, getting some steals. But the freshmen on the floor tonight really showed us a lot of confidence up here. We're both sitting there saying we've never started a freshman. These guys tonight that are starting, when you look at Nace and you look at the young guy out there, I can't think of his name right off the top of my head, R.B. Brown, those 2 guys are really doing a great job.
Well, they are doing a nice job. I thought they were a little nervous early, especially defensively, but they came on. They hit a big 3 there. What I was impressed with was Saxton Suchanek. He came in when it was 17-0, and he just elevated their defense a little bit. And then they got the running game going, and it looks like that was the little separation they needed because Greg Geidinger took over. He had 3 nice assists, although he didn't score. He fed Rill twice, and he gave a nice 3 to the outside when he could have shot the ball.
We got to make sure we say Geidinger because Dad's going to get mad. He plays in the NBA, and he's a big guy. He can beat us both up. But anyway, hey, when you come back, that move by putting Suchanek on Cameron Sweeney was a big move because everything that Hershey does runs through Cameron Sweeney pretty well, Coach.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, Coach, go ahead.
He rebounds the ball for him. He sets the attack for him. He's a very important piece to the Hershey Trojans.
Very important piece for Central tonight has been Ben Rill. Ben Rill has been the guy they've been trying to get the ball to all night long. 13 points in the first half. He answered the bell very well. Operates at the inside very well as well. Let's take a look at our first half highlights here, the AT&T and OSS Health first half highlights, and let's see what we see here from the first half and see if it bears out what we've been talking about. Here you see Hershey starting the game and picking up the trash there and putting it back in is Joey Lander.
I thought they did a nice job on the boards early.
So here comes Hershey back. They get D. Donatus from the corner. He's a pretty good 3-point shooter, and he answers the bell there. 1 of 2 threes that he had in the first half. Then here's Central. There's that weak side screen. Getting her coming off there and showing you knows how to move without the basketball for the easy deuce.
When he catches it on the move like that, he can go either right hand or left hand. He'll be a problem.
And he's smooth and long.
There he is again, sticking it back.
They've got to find a way to keep him off the glass.
So running and a little one-hander down the lane. He had 6 points in the first half. Here's one of those 2 freshmen kicking it off. Inside it comes to Rill, and Rill up off the glass. He got good position the whole first half.
It's a tough shot.
Bouncing around here, and there's Rill again, putting it away finally at the end. And let's take a look down at our Capital Blue Cross first half stats. Anything stand out to you guys there? Rebounding department, Central has it all over Hershey right now.
And Central also shot a little bit better, and I think that's a difference in the game.
3 out of 12 for the 3-point line, Coach, for Hershey. That's going to have to improve the second half there to win this basketball game. They are pretty good from free throws, 5 out of 6. But you look at the numbers there in field goals, 6 out of 18. On the other side, Central 15 out of 25. Pretty good numbers there for the Panthers.
Very good numbers. And rebounding, Central York's doing a very, very good job. 16 rebounds to 10.
Plus 6 there. And again, Rill, one of the big reasons for that, he's been hot on the offensive glass here. And that is your Jack Giambalvo halftime report as we get ready to start the third quarter here at Central High School. 38-26 as we get ready to start the second half. All being brought to you tonight by the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency and Jack Giambalvo Family of Dealerships. Man, they do a great job down here in the York area. The Giambalvo Family of Dealerships, and they've done an awful lot here at Central High School over the years as well. So we get back to the second half here with you in just a moment as both teams coming back out. Hershey will have the basketball as we start the second half. Going right to left as you look at it. First half highlights, 7 lead changes, 2 ties. Central took the lead at the 5:59 mark of the second quarter, and they have not looked back since then. Their biggest lead is right now at 12 points.
Central in their man-to-man off defense.
Hershey trying to get inside. But a timeout here, and I think Paul Dormer looked up. The clock kind of stopped, and more than 1 second went off, believe me. By the way, you're scoring in the first half. Cameron Sweeney with 4, Marcus Sweeney with 4, Logan Richards with 7, D. Donatus had 6, Callahan 1, Olander with 2, and Isaiah Danner with 2. On the other side, R.B. Brown had 7, Nace with 5. They had 12 points from those 2 guard spots. 4 for Ben Natal, Ben Rill with 13, 1 for Matthew Parker, 2 for Saxon Suchanek, and 6 for Greg Gettinger. And that was the first half scoring, and the rebound by Rill as Central with the basketball in the lead.
That was a nice drive by D. Donatus. These guards for Central, they're really doing a much better job than they did in the first half.
They're looking for Gettinger in the post this time, low post.
Resetting.
There's Say Brown trying to get it to Rill, and that's not going to happen yet. Brown, really good defense here by Hershey.
Very good defense on the perimeter, doing a really, really good job.
Logan Richards out there man-to-man, pretty good. But there's Gettinger, and you can't stop him. When they decide to give it to him in the post, get out of town, it's tough to stop.
And you can't play behind him, Coach, because he's too talented.
He's got 8 points now in the ballgame. You can see, obviously, they want to get him in low post to start second half. How about this throw up there? And it is good. I'll tell you, one guy that's got for Hershey to start the second half is Logan Richards. He gets his first points here for the second half. He's got 9 in the game and a chance to make it 10 right here. He is a 56% free throw shooter on the year. The foul will be marked up against Rill. That's his first of the game. First team in the second half.
Good show of strength by Logan Richards. Took the contact, got the ball up over the rim, and made the free throw.
How about a nice stroke there by Richards, huh?
Like
Richards to 10 points now, and they knock it down to 11 points here.
Like to see those lefties knock it down.
The towel off the iron. There's Gettinger again. Gettinger not able to get it go. Tapped around again, and this time it'll go to Hershey. What do you have to do for Hershey here if you really want to get inside here in the second half? What would you be saying to him if you're Paul Blackburn?
Got to make shots. You got to make shots, Coach. I think they're getting the right opportunities. I think they're running the stuff properly.
Here's the 1-3-1. They pick it up a little further down court this time, make it tough to get it across. Screening the corner, they got DeDonatis. That's a shot, and he didn't make it. And that's exactly the one you're talking about. It's right in the seam, exactly where you want it.
Ben Natal leading the break.
How about Ben Natal? You think that guy's got some confidence?
Whoa.
Ben Natal comes out and buries a 3. Second straight one he took here, and he's got 7 points in the game.
That sophomore.
Remember the second half he had against York High the other week?
It was tremendous.
Walked out of here with like 26 points, and I think all but about 4 of them were in the second half. Here's the one guy that can get it to the glass with the best of them is Sweeney, and Sweeney takes it hard.
Marcus Sweeney, the leading rebounder and assist man for the Hershey Trojans.
And the ball didn't touch his hand very much at the end of the first half, and I think probably Paul Blackburn saw that as well. There's Nace, and Nace gets fouled on the 3 by DeDonatis. Wow. Brooklyn Nace buries the 3, and he's going to go to the line for a rare 4-point play here.
Coach, can I remind you just one more time that Brooklyn Nace is a freshman?
I know. Nace, who averages 6 points a game, already at 8 for the night. The foul on DeDonatis will be his first, and Nace finishes off the 4-point play. How's that for the freshman?
Nice play.
Wow.
Looks like there's some confusion.
Now they're back in man-to-man.
Defensive set. They're in the man-to-man. He's got to do a little more of that.
Yep, exactly right. What they're doing, they're kind of faking it with the motion, and then when it hits his hands in the middle of the court, no help side, he's driving to the basket as Sweeney, and already he's got 4 points in his half.
I like when he makes his mind up, puts his head down, and just lays it up. There's an offensive foul down underneath the basket.
And it's against Gettinger, and I thought he was going to get one earlier down there, and this time he does get one. That's his first of the night. Team second of the second half.
Joey Lander drew the foul.
And Jeff Hoke was not a happy guy about that. I think he was more unhappy with Gettinger than he was with the official. So here's Hershey with the basketball. Again, you have to get penetration against this defense. There's a guy who can do it. DeDonatis. Looks like DeDonatis is not a guy that's going to penetrate a lot for you. He's a standstill shooter for the most part.
That's what he does.
This guy does, though. He'll get up there and hard in. Nice job. And you got 2 guys starting to drive a little bit more here in the second half. You got Sweeney, and you also have Logan Richards, who's now got 5 points here in the third quarter, but kicked out again. And Sweeney's going to go up, and Sweeney in on the turnaround. Great job of taking it, created a new offense, and then Sweeney puts it away in the end. And Sweeney already with 6 points here in the third quarter, goes to the line with a chance to make it 7 and draw his team under 10.
Sweeney's doing a good job in the second half, taking advantage of his matchup. Most of the time, they have a young kid guarding. They just came in with their best defender, Suchanek, and he'll get the assignment slowing down Marcus Sweeney.
The 2 freshmen, R.B. Brown and Brooklyn Nace, out of the game here for the moment, as Sweeney's going to miss off the front of the iron here. He and Richards have between them 10 points here in the third quarter. Underneath it goes, though, breaking the press down the court. And nice put away there by Matthew Parker on a good pass.
Good pass by Ben Real. Nice little diagonal pass for a layup.
Parker with 3 points, his first field goal of the night. It looks like what Coach Paul Blackburn's trying to do here is really get some kind of inside shot this half. He saw his team in the first half did not get the touches. Same thing we saw. There it is, inside. And they're really working hard to get it in on the glass. Missing that time, but they're doing the right things. Here's Rill, and Rill is going to be fouled as he goes hard to the glass. Big guy can put it on the floor a little bit.
Yes, he can. He had his mind made up on the catch that he was going right to the glass. Good job.
It's nice when you have big guys who can put it down on the floor a bit, because most of the time you want to try to get it to them without much dribbling to have to go on. And here you see the second foul marked up on Matthew Parker. So Rill, pretty good free throw shooter. And Rill up and in. Rill for the night is 3 of 4. And here you see Rill going up and big guy getting fouled on the play.
Nice to see those lefties step up and knock that thing down from the free throw line.
He's got a sweet stroke from the foul line.
He's only get better. He's only a sophomore.
You can already see him in this game looking a lot more confident than he did when we saw him a few weeks ago against York High.
Yes.
Again, up and in. And he's got 15 in the game now, does Ben Rill. So back up to a 14-point lead now, the largest lead of the night so far for Central York.
Looks
now
like
you're looking at a 3-2 this time for Central York. A little different look.
Switching it up a little bit.
You got Gidding right at the top, so you got a big wingspan out there. 16-point lead was actually the highest lead in the game. It's 47-31. Right now it's at 14. Boy, that has just confused Hershey a little bit. Look at this.
Absolutely.
They're really not quite. You almost have to attack this from the side a little bit, don't you, Coach, in the kind of mid-post area?
Yes. They have them off balance.
And they got their 3 biggest guys on the wings and the top. The 2 smallest guys are on the baseline. Look at this. So you got quickness on the baseline and 3 wingspans at you at the top, making it hard for the shooters to shoot. And then making it hard to make that pass.
That's a tough post entry. It's hard to get that in there from the top, Coach, but he got it through.
Good job by Isaiah Danner of catching the ball. Foul against Central. That will be on Brooklyn Nace. Back in the game, he has his first foul. Now this 3-2 has been a major change right here coming down. And Central back right now in the man-to-man. There's Nace. Nice job inside by Danner, rather. And Danner gets his 4th point of the game. Big guy with a nice little half hook.
Coach, it looks like he needs a couple more touches.
Yeah. How about this? A takeaway here off Nace. And up and in for Hershey. No quitting this team is Guzman into the game there with his first deuce.
Guzman, the 6'1 junior.
Eric Guzman getting his first playing time tonight, and they're going to have a little bit too much contact out front. That against Cameron Sweeney, that'll be his 2nd foul.
One of the things Sweeney has to do, he's got to make sure he solidifies his stance, he stays lower than the guy with the ball, and work on his distance between the dribbler and the defender.
There you see Paul Blackburn, 25 years. Again, a guy who played guard on that 2 of the 4 legendary Carlisle teams. They won 4 state championships in a row. He's on the first 2 in 86 and 87.
I was coaching then, Coach.
So was I.
We're getting younger.
Yeah. Well, we were playing a lot of double headers with them when we won the state championship in 87 at Columbia, and we played a lot of double headers with Carlisle, so I had a chance to see them play and see Paul play quite a bit. Of course, everybody was looking then at guys like Jeff Lebo, and then, of course, Billy Owens and
Sean Hodge.
Yeah, they had them all. Had a guy named Lee Woodall later on who played for San Francisco in the NFL.
Yeah, he was a heck of a player.
Here's Natal. Natal never afraid to take down in Natal. I love this kid's confidence. Already 2 threes in the second half.
One of the things I've picked up about Natal, he's never hard to find when the game starts getting close.
That's a great point, Coach. He really is. He wants to be at the center of the action. So these players all play with confidence. There again, another good look inside. And then a kick out by Natal to Gittinger and knocked away nicely there at the end by Logan Richards. Logan Richards playing hard tonight in both ends.
Yes, he is. That was a good deflection.
Very spirited bunch here, this Hershey Trojans team. They play hard. They always are going to play hard on Paul Blackburn. This team, Paul was telling me before the game, he said, they don't talk much in practice. And the other week, they come up and said, hey, we want to talk a little bit more and get a little bit more aggressive. They've been doing that, but there you see Gittinger getting open for another two-pointer and a timeout in the floor. 56-41. Central leads it with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, all here on the High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
The Jet Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newest dealership, Jack Giambalvo Mazda. The Giambalvo family of dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambalvo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at Giambalvo.com.
Jeff down. And coming up at the end of the game is the Capital Blue Cross post game and the Hoffman Ford player of the game and the Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. So we got a lot out ahead tonight. Of course, Jeff Thompson coming up with yet another timeout with Thompson here in just a few moments. But our Capital Blue Cross post game report will come up at the end. So Central seems to have an answer every time Hershey gets one of their mini runs right now, Coach Smallwood. And they seem to have the maturity they're building into a little bit with this young crowd. Starting to handle their time and score situations a little bit better.
Before the timeout was called, Coach Blackburn was very, very upset that his kid had gotten hooked in the post. I mean, if it's not called, it's not a foul, but he did a good job by making them aware.
Both teams shooting it well this corner. Hershey 7 out of 10, Central 3 of 4, but from the three-point line, Hershey nothing out of nothing. Central 4 of 4 from the three. How's that?
That was a good play. There was a trap in the corner. They got it to the top, back to the corner, but they didn't make the shot.
The foul straight ahead, stolen back again by Richards. Richards going to kick it ahead here and lost out of bounds by Guzman. Guzman points to Richards. Nice job there, pointing to the guy who gave you the pass. So 56-41, a 15-point lead with 1:37 to go here in the third quarter, and Hershey picking up full court.
Looks like Hershey's trying to up the tempo a little bit.
And it's going to work right here. They get a little double team. And Jeff Hoke is going to bail him out with a timeout as Brooklyn Nace, the freshman, gets double teamed at half court. We'll take a break as well. 1:31 to go in the third. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2. .131 to go in the third quarter, and Central with the basketball as second time out here of the second half, and Central up by 15 at the moment. And you know, the thing about Central that's really good, the balance. I mean, they come at you from every position. The freshmen are contributing, you get the sophomores are contributing, and of course those big guys on the inside with Rill and Gittinger, they contribute all the time. So you really are getting balance. You don't know quite where to hit.
Absolutely. And one of the things that Central York used very well on that last possession was that defensive trap in the corner. When you got size, you can do things like that and get the offense off balance.
So Jeff Hoke and Paul Dormer having a little discussion there. Paul Dormer's a guy that's a really good ref, a great preventative kind of ref, but he's not going to listen to you all that long. He'll give you a chance to say your piece like all refs. They all have a breaking point. You got to know where it is. Matthew Parker dribbles it off the foot of Hershey, I believe, out of bounds.
Parker's showing a little youth. You want to get that thing out of the corner, whip it to the other side of the floor, see if you have anything.
Well, and the dribble has to be used for a purpose, and he was kind of dribbling aimlessly there. You never want to do that, especially against this Hershey team who plays really good man-to-man on the ball.
And they're starting to really, really get after it.
And they're going to call him the foul for the walk before the foul, and Jeff Hoke is not terribly happy about that call either. And he'll get out and chat with Paul Dormer for a second about it. It's like when your mom says no, you go to your dad, right?
Yeah, that's right. Coach Blackburn really liked that call.
Yeah, he loves it.
Back in this 3-2. Let's see if they trap in the corner.
It'll be interesting to see what the adjustment is here by Paul Blackburn, because you know during the time they're going to run a guy through here, Richards, and then have the post-up guy Sweeney inside. It definitely has taken away the post game that Hershey was trying to establish against the man-to-man.
I'd like to see Sweeney get a little bit more involved offensively.
Just nowhere to go. When you have those three big guys out front, the wingspans there, you don't see any seams.
Yeah.
Gettinger, Parker, and Rill. Well, Rill's out of there for the moment.
Central got to do a better job getting their hands up.
Well, he's got away with a charge there, and Gettinger with a rebound. Rill out of the game for the moment, so watch him try to get Gettinger in the half-court game now, maybe in the low post. Gettinger being played by Cameron Sweeney. Wow, there he is again. Second half, it's the towel. Good grief.
What a good-looking young kid, man. He can really shoot it. He knows how to play.
I think he gets bored with the first half.
Yeah.
And there you're going to have another player control foul, and that's going to be against Sweeney, who tried to push the action there, but instead gets called for the foul. That'll be his first foul of the evening.
That was a good defensive rotation by Central.
You got to like what Sweeney tried to do there. As he saw the zone wasn't quite set, but they kind of reacted and got back, and he was trying to get it to the front of the iron. That's where they have to get to, but the 3-2 has taken that thinking away, and now you're turning more into an outside shooting team again.
Absolutely, and Jeff does some pretty nice things out of the 3-2.
End of the quarter, not going to go, but 59-41 as we'll head to the fourth quarter here, but not before we take a timeout with Jeff Thompson. Let's go to Jeff right now.
On the sideline here, I'm standing with Jay Gettinger, and you might know that last name, but I'd like to talk about Jay for just a second before I ask him my question. He had a tremendous career at University of Minnesota at Duluth, scored almost 2,000 points, over 1,000 rebounds, and played 2 years with the Cleveland Cavaliers, which is pretty impressive, and caddied a little bit for Brad Daugherty on they're good teams. But my question, Jay, is how is your experience? Because a lot of people, no one in this gym, no one in the Central Pencil gym has played in the NBA. How has your experience in the NBA informed you as a parent of 3 high school players?
Well, I think mainly that it's a journey. You know, all these kids are on a journey, and we have to be patient as parents. We have to enjoy the effort that the kids are putting out there day in and day out, and just appreciate how hard they're working because they want to do a great job.
Very well said, Jay. Hey, thanks a lot. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Jay Gettinger, a good guy. Plays a little bit of golf, too, and he's with Lamar Advertising right here in the local area. Does a great job. And, of course, his son, Greg Gettinger, up-and-coming star here as a junior. At the end of the game will be the Capital Blue Cross post-game report, where we will feature the Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game and discuss the Hoppin Ford player of the game. As Central with the basketball to start the fourth quarter, they lead by 18.
R.B. Brown being hounded by Cameron Sweeney.
It's a good game here for the freshmen because they're going to get a lot of pressure. You're going to see man-to-man all night from Hershey, and so you're getting a chance to get that heat. And no, Coach, you were talking about growing up as a freshman right now and these sophomores, and these games, that's nice to be at home. It's when you go on the road in some of those places like maybe York High, that they got a game at York High in a week or two, then those are going to be the games where you really kind of test your mettle.
You'll really know who they are when you get in a hostile environment and no one's cheering for you.
Here's Natal. This guy is confident. Parker with the basketball. Parker, hard move to the basket, and Parker will draw the foul. Nice job by Matthew Parker. Coach, we got some stats from the third quarter.
In the third quarter, 2-pointers. Hershey was 7 for 12. Central York was 2 for 4. 3-pointers, 0 for 1 for Hershey, 5 for 5 from Central York. Free throws, 1 for 2 for Hershey, 2 for 4 for Central York. Rebounds, 2 for Hershey, 6 for Central York. Turnovers, 2 for Hershey, 6 for Central York.
Parker at the line, misses his first. He'll get another one here. Second one is up, and that one also missed. So Parker having a tough time. 3 misses tonight. Here comes Sweeney. Sweeney kicks it off to DiDonatis. Back out to Guzman.
Nice
down the
cut.
lane goes Sweeney. Look at Sweeney without the basketball going up. If Sweeney gets fouled, that's the kind of thing you have to do, is get those back doors, Coach.
Yes, he did a good job. He passed the ball to the wing, timed it perfectly, went right down the gut, took the lick, and now he's at the line shooting 2. He's their leader.
No question about it. Marcus Sweeney, if there's any doubt about it, he makes his first one here. He's 3 out of 4 for the free throw line so far tonight. That'll be the second foul now on Saxon Suchanik.
Gettinger's back in the ball game.
And second one up and good by Sweeney.
Sweeney with 12 points in the game tonight so far now for the Trojans, as he is all over Ben Natal in the backcourt. Natal gets it ahead to Brown, tipped away at the end, then put up by Parker. That's not going to go, and I think it's going to be a player control foul. It's a good call.
That was good defense by Hershey. They did a little trapping. They got Central York out of sorts and end up with the turnover.
Shane Gemmel with a good call down there on the play, and Jeff Hoke tried to buy one there for a moment. Wasn't going to happen.
That's Central York's 14th turnover of the game.
Here's Gittinger with another rebound. You know, even on nights where Gittinger is not getting 29 or 30 points, his presence alone is just absolutely paramount for the Central team.
I like watching him play. He plays the right way.
Look at this. He plays the right way indeed. He gets his first big three of the night. And Gittinger now with 7 points here in the second half to go with 6 in the first half. He got 13 in the game.
And, Coach, that was a statement three.
Here comes Parker. Parker's going to go up hard. Parker loses at the end. And let's see if it goes off Hershey. It does.
Good
Talk about
steal.
being a statement play there, Coach. Talk about that.
Well, sometimes when you come down a couple times, 2 or 3 times, and you don't get anything good, your best guy gets the ball and he scores for you. And that's just what happened.
You know what you liked about that play, too? He got the rebound and then finished off the play on the other end. That's your big guy running the court. And when my big guys outrun your big guys, we win a lot of basketball games.
Yes.
Here's a 3 look. Nice look to the outside by Cameron Sweeney. He gets his first 3 of the night. 62-46, 6:29 to go in the third quarter, or the fourth quarter rather. We'll take a break. We'll come right back to the High School Sports Live 3 Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
Everybody knows Hoffman has it. Did you know Hoffman has even more? There's the fully stocked Hoffman Ford Parts and Accessories Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility, confidence in our ultra-modern service facility, peace of mind with master technicians, satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
And welcome back to Central High School. 62-46, 6:29 to go here in the game. Central seemingly in control right now, though Hershey's still playing hard. But when you look at this team right now from Central, what are you seeing here in the second half, Coach?
Central York is 8 for 9 from 3 for the game.
It's incredible.
That's I mean, the percentages can't get much better than that.
No, when you look at 8 for 9, that's carrying a high percentage anytime. I mean, you look, most teams would say if you shoot the 3 at 40%, that's pretty good. I mean, that's an advantage. You know, if you think about shooting the 3 and you shoot it 33%, that means I have to shoot 2s at 50% to have it.
Yeah.
They're shooting it at 8 out of 9 right now. Start to add those numbers up, and if you're shooting 8 out of 9 to go with a decent game otherwise, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's going to be tough to beat. That's 89% from the three-point line. There's Rill. Rill, nice job of looking things over and then going up and finishing off the play. Rill in the book again here in the second half. Only his first field goal of the second half. He's got 17 for the night.
That was a good job collecting himself, getting the ball up on the glass.
Nice job going to the glass there by Derek Guzman. Touches it off. 4 points in the game now for Guzman, and no quit in these Trojans. I'll tell you what, they are playing hard.
I would expect the Trojans to begin their traps. They got the ball in the middle.
Wow. How about that? From high to low in a nice way, and Ben Rill finished it off. But give credit there to Ben Natal for getting that ball ahead.
Absolutely.
When Natal's had a heck of a second half here so far. Underneath it goes. D. Donatis comes across. Nice job, nice touch. In for 8 points. That's his first bucket of the second half. 66-50, 16-point lead here with 5:34 to go.
Central's doing such a good job.
Look out, that three-point line. Second miss in the second half. Natal off the iron. All the way ahead. Natal steals it back, though. Natal pushes it ahead. He's got Rill on the run, and Rill just going to be up and in. Great job by Natal. Throws to Rill, who touches it away nicely. Rill now with 21 points in the game.
He's having a heck of a game.
And nothing flashy. Good drive along the baseline by Joey Olander. He's going to go to the free throw line. The foul is going to be marked on R.B. Brown. It'll be his third foul of the evening. At the line is Olander. Olander, 75% free throw shooter. He's 2 of 2 so far tonight for the free throw line.
Let's see if Hershey can mount a comeback right about now.
Got to make these, though.
Have to.
In the game is Alex Murray for Hershey.
And checking out will be Sweeney. And also Guzman will check out. And in for him will be Enzo D'Elia. There's a nice Irish name.
Yes, it is. The young kids from Central York return also.
Second shot up and in by Alander. So he's 3 out of 4 tonight. He has 3 points in the game. Cut the lead to 17. Backcourt, R.B. Brown being
nice
caught.
Pass.
Ahead, there it is, and Gettinger's up and down. When you're putting that many people up front, someone's open at the back, and if you can find them, it's going to be over like that every single time.
That was a heck of a play by R.B. Brown. He didn't panic. He saw the pressure, threw the ball down the floor, and got a wide open layup.
How about 17 in the game now for Gettinger? Good head and shoulder fake there by Alander, and Alander finds a way to get up and in off maybe a little extra step, but didn't matter that time. He gets in for 2. Joey Alander now with 3 points in the second half, 5 for the game. 17-point lead by Central. Fight on the floor for it. Ball's going to belong to Hershey.
Might have been a maybe pass by R.B. Brown. They say you always got to know who you're throwing the ball to. You want to be safe. You want to make sure you throw it to your guy when he's open.
And look at Jeff Hoke, a lot of teaching. I mean, you got these young guys we talked about. You got a lot of youth sitting out there in the perimeter.
Oh my gosh.
You better be working with them all the time. You can see Jeff Hoke over there, a guard himself when he played at Trinity, as was Paul Blackford at Carlisle. And at the line is a guy who plays a great piece of defense, Saxton Suchanek. He's also an outstanding football player, by the way.
Does a very, very good job on the perimeter defensively. Fights for loose balls. And he's a very, very special talent for Central York.
So Suchanek looking for his second free throw here, his 4th point in the game, trying to draw his team within 17 again. And this one off the front of the iron from Suchanek. I'm sorry, tried to put his team back up by 19 rather. There it is ahead from Rill to Gettinger. Gettinger going up and in for 2, and Gettinger now flexing his muscles here in the second half. He's got 11 points, 17 for the game.
Nice outlet pass by Ben Natal. Excellent dunk.
There's another jump by Alander. Alander up, not going to go. Taken out by Natal. Natal all the way ahead to RB. And then up and in by Suchanek. Give credit to R.B. Brown with a great pass to Suchanek. Suchanek now with 5 points in the game.
R.B. Brown just sees things on the floor.
22-point lead now for the Panthers.
And when you're young like that, you got to let guys make mistakes.
And that's up and in eventually as Enzo D'Elia with his first 2 points of the game. Nice job of sliding down the lane on the pass from the side.
Hershey continues to trap.
And that one a little bit far out for Natal.
I'd like to see that get reversed to the other side, Coach.
Make that extra pass.
Yes.
There's the 3 from the corner. Not going to go. Pulled down. Nicely by Murray. Back outside it comes. And DeDonatis can't get it. And there's Gettinger with yet another rebound.
DeDonatis isn't having one of his finest shooting performances. He's playing very good defense.
So here's Brown out front. Down to Nace, the other freshman out there, Brooklyn Nace. Back door. We're trying to catch Saxton Suchanek on the back door. Nice reverse, in and up by the left-hander, Logan Richards. Logan Richards with 6 points in the second half, 13 in the game. Is caught in the backcourt again as Brown. Brown gets it ahead, though. And you're going to get a timeout call. We'll take one as well. 2:36 to go in this one. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
And welcome back to Central. See the cheerleaders doing a little work here, and you always got to give them credit, man. Look at the hard work they do. If I did that, I'm telling you what, I'd be on my back, be on my keister. But they do such a great job here at Central. Central has a campus here. It's like a small college. I mean, you come here, you've got facilities everywhere. Maybe one of the best weight rooms we've ever seen, Coach.
Beautiful school. Beautiful school.
Marty Trimmer, who was the AD here a few years ago, got a weight program going, and I'll tell you what, it has paid dividends as their football team in the state championship a couple years ago, and has been churning out football players in the Division I ranks regularly.
Yeah, Marty's one of the guys from the old guard. Does a very good job.
Marty, a pretty good coach himself here at Central in the old days, over at the old Central High School right there in the center of York, which is about to become a sports complex here in the next couple of years. There's Natal, and Natal up, Natal in. Nice pass by Nace to Natal.
Natal with the old George Gervin.
There's a Dave Allen pass. 11 points in the second half for Natal. 15 in the game for him again. Natal again, only a sophomore.
Central's back in that 3-2.
Say that 3-2 has been good to them in the second half. They changed up, and I think that really just put the game in overdrive for them.
Absolutely.
It looked like the second half, Hershey was coming out. They were going to the glass a lot, getting to the front of the iron. A little bit of man-to-man, and even that 1-3-1. And then they went to the 3-2, and what a change it was. You got a couple numbers there, Coach, that really bear some of this out.
Hershey's 12 for 21 from the field. Central York is 9 for 12 and 3-pointers. Hershey's 1 for 4. Central York is 6 for 9.
Wow. 9 for 12 from 3-pointers. Back to Parker now. Hershey in a little more of a saggy man-to-man. R.B. Brown trying to find somewhere to go and kick it off to Parker. Got both the freshman guards in there with Nace and Brown. Actually, what you have right now is you have 5 guards in there for the most part.
Absolutely. It's good to see Central York with patience.
Suchanik just in the kind of swooping hook there. Back it comes to the Trojans.
Good ball movement for Hershey. They're trying to look for something easy. And I think they got it from the corner.
A pretty good look. Nice sweep down there by Matthew Parker. Central with the basketball and the 20-point lead, and under a minute to play in this one. Don't forget, coming up is our Capital Blue Cross post-game analysis. Our Capital Region Agency player of the game has a nice job of getting inside there. An easy layup by number 15, JoJo Woodard, just in the game. JoJo Woodard into the game here for Central, scores. So he's in the book.
And he's a sophomore.
Surprise, surprise. Tell you what, watch Central for the next few years here. They're growing up. Got Gittinger back next year. You got Real back for the next 2. You got these guards all over the place. They got a nice JV team as well.
Yeah, they've got some bodies.
You get a good look for 3. How about that one from outside? And bearing is Jacob McGee with a 3 for the night, just into the game, a 5'10 senior. Nice job by McGee. 19-point lead, under 8 seconds to play. I don't think we'll see a last shot coming up here as R.B. Brown will just dribble it down. And that is it. 79-60. The Panthers win it here tonight over Hershey in the intersectional game, as the Panthers now go to 9-4. Obviously, their section record doesn't get affected tonight, and 6-4 for Hershey here, and their section record is still 3-2 in the Keystone. We'll take a break. We'll come right back to our Capital Blue Cross post-game report right after this. It's a High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week. Your final score, Central 79, Hershey 60 on Fox 43.2.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customer. Students, begin your professional journey in a high-demand field with Groff Tractor. Contact us today to discover the power of our technician internship programs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newest dealership, Jack Giambavo Mazda. The Giambavo family of dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at Giambavo.com.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
More choices. More laughter. More time to play. And less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
What are you doing?
Getting the money for the RV we've been wanting. I know you're in there, money.
They're saying we can get a line of credit based on what we've already paid into our home.
Oh, that's pretty clever. Huh? No harm done.
Borrow from your home with our FlexLock line of credit. Have better conversations with your money with F&M Trust.
Everybody knows Hoffman has it. Did you know Hoffman has even more? There's the fully stocked Hoffman Ford Parts and Accessories Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility, confidence in our ultra-modern service facility, peace of mind with master technicians, satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
And welcome back to our Capital Blue Cross post-game report. Gary Sutton with you alongside of Kirk Smallwood and Jeff Thompson. 79-60 your final score here tonight. Central over Hershey in this intersectional game between the Mid-Penn and York Area League. And just too much Central tonight. Everywhere you go, there's a scorer, there's a player. Coach Smallwood, it's tough to defend them all. And when Hershey had to come, I think, and try to press them, that's where Central lives, full court.
Absolutely. They made some good reads. I think R.B. Brown during that sequence was very good. Brooklyn Nace, another freshman, was very good. Ben Natal, Ben Real, sophomores. They got a whole lot to look forward to.
In the first half, Coach Thompson, I thought that Central did a pretty good job of turning Hershey into an outside shooting team. Hershey came out the second half, started to get to the front of the iron against Central. We're going hard to the glass. You can see the charge went out from Paul to make sure they get inside there, Paul Blackburn. All of a sudden, Central switches into a 3-2 zone. Game's over.
Well, the game was over for that defense, and also we saw Central play York early in the year, and they share the ball so much better now. Those kids are growing up. When one thing I want to comment on, when Gittinger gets a rebound, he's the only guy I've seen this year who chins it, and I love that.
Yes.
Well, he does so many things. He gets rebounds, he gets assists, he moves without the basketball, he moves with the basketball, he shoots the three, he takes you inside, he posts you. But Central tonight with a great job. Let's take a look right now at our Capital Blue Cross post-game analysis and our Capital Region play of the game here in our analysis. Let's see what we had going on there tonight. We said when your big guys can run the court, you're going to win a lot of basketball games. How when your 6'8" guy can run the court and do this on the other end?
Wow.
That was Mr. Rill. Ben Rill, Big Ben, putting it away. But these guards, there's Gittinger again with the lead. Great pass out there, and then Rill goes up and puts it down. Big guys running the court is so important, Coach. And when your big guys can outrun the other big guys, you're going to win a lot of basketball games. You can see what happens here when Rill gets down the court, and the other big guys making the pass to him to start the play. We saw another play later on where Gittinger got the rebound and then finished off with a three on the other end. So these two big guys run the court well for the Central Panther team. Now, our Hoffman Ford player of the game tonight is a guy, we kind of switched up with this. We were thinking about Rill most of the way. He had 21 points tonight, so not a bad night for the big guy. But Greg Gittinger makes his team go in so many different ways, Coach Smallwood, and he is our Hoffman Ford player of the game. Take a look.
Coach, he just plays the right way. You know, he doesn't force much. He knows how to get open. He can shoot the ball. He can post. And again, he can pass out of the post. But that's what he does very, very well.
I also think he's very unselfish.
Yes.
There he is running the court again. Look at this. Finishing off on the other end. And it's the big guys running the court. You make the other big guys have to be in a race with you all night long. Let's give a little shout out on Hershey tonight. I thought Sweeney played an outstanding game. Marcus Sweeney, 14 points. Logan Richards played hard, 14 points tonight. Those two guys really did a good job for Hershey. And then you got another shout out to Ben Natal, who was our player of the game last time around. He had 15 again tonight. Gittinger was 17, 21 there for Rill, and a whole bunch of their friends helped out as well. So a fun game here tonight. Hey, it's been a lot of fun all evening long here being with you. Our next broadcast coming up on Monday on Martin Luther King Day, and it's going to be a great intersectional matchup. Milton Hershey traveling into Trinity. Can't wait for this one, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to that on Monday. And don't forget, it is Martin Luther King Day. Hope you'll remember the great man also on that day. Tonight's score, 79-60. Your final score. I want to thank a whole lot of people tonight. Chad Edwards and the whole Invicta crew. Jim Gallagher, who's on stats all night long. Jeff Thompson with Timeout for Thompson. And, of course, my side guy here and the best commentator around, Kurt Smallwood, for all of us here at High School Sports Live TV. Have a great night, and thanks so much for watching us here on Fox 43.2. Again, your final, Central 79, Hershey 60.